Sleepy Joe likes his wars, and if we're being honest, I would actually rather get drafted to one of them than watch this draft, because Paul Heyman, he may be circling the island of mediocrity or whatever it's called on his wee raft, but this draft was gash, and I'll tell you what, I've had better drafts coming through a door that's slightly ajar than this one, because you know what, as bad as this intro has been, this draft was actually cancerous. You know, McMahon going to inject that cancer into the WWF.
Who needs NWO when you've got a 2024 draft? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Might be the first. We had war rooms with SmackDown War Room, with the Raw War Room. This might be the only war where both sides fucking lost. We didn't get a winner. It was shite from start to finish. My issue is we've got Nick Aldis, GM of SmackDown, Adam Pearce, GM of Raw. None of them made the picks. None of them made the announcements. We just sent out WWE legends. You had like the Dudleys, JBL, Theodore Long come out, Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool. They all made the picks. Everything was as generic as it could possibly be. And the first pick of the first round is this person. And the second pick up the second round is this. What actually happened to adding a little bit of character and individuality to the picks? What about hyping up the actual pick? They're talking about their accomplishments or their nickname or what you think they're going to do going forward. It was so fucking bland. It was just, you know, remember McMahon would come out, hey, my next pick, he's gonna show some ruthless aggression. You know, you didn't get none of that. You simply got the next pick for SmackDown is Braun Breaker. The next pick for Raw is Nia Jax. The next pick for SmackDown is the Hurricane. The next pick for Raw is the Brooklyn Brawl. I mean, it was this generic shite where it was just announcement after announcement after announcement, and like, why have we not got the two GMs as shite as they are? Why is it not Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce? Yeah, because it's supposed to be a draft. It's supposed to be Raw versus SmackDown. I don't recall McMahon and Flair getting jabronis to make picks for them. I don't recall Bischoff and Heyman getting jabronis to make picks for them.
No, it's mental though. I mean, we love the Dudleys. We like JBL, you know, Tori Wilson.
But they've got no reason to be there.
Terry Long, yeah.
They've got no reason to be there.
Triple H is there. It's so bad. When you see when the highlight is some guy in the crowd chanting Chris Benoit.
Yeah, but like, even when Theodore Long's out there, could they not like throw in one of his wee catchphrases and be like, I would love to book this next pick in a tag team match, player. or be like, this next pick for SmackDown would have went really well if he went one-on-one with the Undertaker. You know, like, give him some fucking... Give him some of his catchphrases.
Yeah, but the problem is, though, there's just no one today we care about. I mean, you've got the Undertaker. That's his gimmick back in the day. I mean, what's Adam Pearce got? Go one-on-one with Akira Tozawa.
Aye, but Adam Pearce wasn't there.
He was in the war room.
Aye, but he wasn't making any announcements.
Aye, but he was in the war room, that's all that matters.
Like the Dudleys, I can't remember who they... Could they not have said, aye, we've gave this guy some wood back in the day, or... You know, there was just nothing there.
I can't remember who it was. It was the third round. I think it was Tozawa, or it might have been Ricochet, actually. Or whoever, no, someone got drafted to SmackDown and it panned to the Raw War Room, and Adam Pearce is fucking beating the desk like he's just lost the Rock in Austin. some fucking guy we don't even know. I mean, come on.
Worst draft of all time.
But no, it gets me.
No, hands down.
No, yeah, it was, but no, it gets me. It's like, why is he raging about SmackDown picking, like, I don't even know who it was, like A-Town Down, for example, when, like, you're picking, like, people, like, I mean, you've got BLL, right, and you've got Carmelo Hayes getting picked as the first two picks for SmackDown, which just opens the door for you to smoke them from in a competitive standpoint.
That's like the picks the game would make, retarded picks.
Yep.
I mean, who's really believing that Bianca Belair's getting picked before Randy Orton or LA Knight? I mean, who's believing that? Like Carmelo Hayes, right? The guy's got potential, but why is anyone picking? Who's really picking him over Randy Orton or LA Knight or AJ Styles, the guy that's actually competing for the world title?
But see, this is why it should be random, right? And if you want to incorporate the legends, I don't fucking know, make them come out, make the Dudleys come out and spin the wheel, and whoever's face it lands on, that's who's going to Raw or something.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be random, but can we not just have legit picks? Can we not have the best people get picked first?
Yep. I like that, but I also liked when you used to win battle royals and this match is worth 3 draft picks, that sort of stuff. This is awful. I actually can't even believe they're doing this. And you know what? There's a lot of people, right, who just bum-lick Triple H to the fucking heavens, and we've buried AEW since its inception, but WWE's just as fucking bad. Look at this.
No, but look at the first. There's a reason why McMahon picked The Rock.
Yeah.
And Angle's upset.
No, but
I should have been number one.
There's probably going to be fanboys that watch this review, right? And they've said it. You guys are best WWE. We're going to unsubscribe. Fucking unsubscribe, because I'm not going to pretend this is good.
Why is Bianca Belair getting picked first? Why is Carmelo Hayes getting picked second for SmackDown? Look at McMahon's 2 picks, Rock and Angle, and I accept, right? Sadly, we live in an era now where we do not have anybody as good as The Rock and Angle. But are you telling me there wasn't 2 better picks out there than Bianca Belair and Carmelo Hayes?
No.
Fucking bullshit. And we're supposed to believe this is a serious thing, and they're trying to get the best picks. Best picks, my ass. It was a joke. It was a fucking joke. Anyway, let's move on. Contract signing.
I should have been number 1.
Yeah, AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes. I mean, can we just let Dusty Rhodes die?
Yeah.
Can we just let the guy move on? Do we need to bring up in every segment? I think it's just see if Cody wasn't the son of Dusty Rhodes,
he'd be a fucking nobody.
No, but how would he have actually made it? Because his whole career's basically revolved around him being the son of the guy who was a son of a plumber.
Yeah, everybody's a feud with him. It's like, wise man once told me, and also I think he told you as well. His name was the American. No, I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick to high heaven. Like, you always hear when people retire, right, or do shoot interviews, like who trained them and who was good to them in the business. See, back in the day, man, you never fucking heard it that often for people during shows, like who actually trained them.
I never recall anyone bringing up who The Rock's father was. No one cared. The Rock was so fucking good, we didn't give a shit about it.
See when The Rock, going into like 98, Rocky, Maifia and his fucking dad and his family, no one gave a shit.
High Chief Johnson, no one cared.
It was no Chief, Handkerchief.
See when Randy Orton made his own name, the Legend Killer, he was in Evolution. Who wanted to talk about Cowboy Bob fucking Orton? The closest thing Bob Orton would get to a mention would be the fact that Randy Orton was a third generation superstar.
Yeah. Then also when he had the feud with him, but he's there, it's like, just let Dusty Rhodes rest in peace, man. I'm sick of it.
Well, you could argue there is no Cody Rhodes without Dusty. Well, literally there isn't, but I mean in terms of a career. Anyway, look, crap promo. I mean, it is what it is. It was boring. Just AJ saying, look, the guy that taught me probably taught you as well. Well, no shit, it was his father after all. Yeah. Why does everybody think they're special because they got to work with Dusty Rhodes?
I know.
I mean, let's be honest, he's not the greatest guy of all time in the business.
Nowhere near.
I just don't get it, man. We're putting Dusty Rhodes here on like a Austin pedestal or something.
You can take your polka dots and shove them right up your fucking fat ass. Let's move on.
We just need to get new material. We can't be just clinging to Dusty Rhodes here. Yeah, he's a legend, you know what I mean? Great guy. Good character. But, I mean, is that enough for us to just continuously push Cody Rhodes just because his dad was a good wrestler? It didn't work for Dustin back in the day, did it? Do you remember Dustin? I mean, when did Dustin ever talk about Dusty Rhodes being his dad? Never. Dustin made a career for himself.
I know.
Dustin got himself over. What did Goldust have to do with Dusty Rhodes? Nothing.
I know, it's just this modern day shite, man. That's what it is.
But literally, Cody Rhodes, man, everything has had to do with his father. So, it is what it is. They sign the contract, and then Cody Rhodes goes up and he joins Triple H for the first. Oh, by the way, AJ Styles came out with this punchline. I thought it was going to be something good, and it was like, it was great to see you finish your story, but it's a shame your title reign is going to end at Backlash. And that's it. That's the, got you. I mean, what?
Yeah, no, why can't it be here? It was good to see you finish your story, but at Backlash, AJ's story begins, baby.
So your story turns into a nightmare.
Aye.
The dream. The American dream.
You ran out of ink on your next chapter.
Something like that. I don't know. Fucking
the gay community.
Anyway, right, up next first.
Yeah, I think Dustin Rhodes like the gay community, Dusty Rhodes.
Nah, I can't imagine so. Like, maybe pretend it to. Anyway, right, we get the first round of draft picks up next. So Cody Rhodes selects and it's just every announcement here was so bland. Cody Rhodes. I mean, Wrestling Headlines has actually got word for word what they said. Cody Rhodes said, with the first pick of the 2024 WWE Draft, SmackDown selects the EST of WWE Bianca Belair, followed by Triple H, who said, quote, the second pick in the 2024 Draft, Raw selects main event Jey Uso. Like, why can't they just deliver some, like, originality and individuality? Like, can Triple H not be like, see, instead of just reading off the script and saying the second pick in the WWE 2024 Draft, Raw selects, can Triple H not be like, here, that's a great main event pick for SmackDown, but Raw's next pick is also at a main event level. Jey, so have a play into his nickname.
Yep.
Can they not do that? Is that asking too much?
But they can't think this is good. They can't. They can't. Triple H can't be sitting there when he walks back through the curtain and be like, here, seeing we repeat the same shite with the next set of legends repeating these wee placards. It's going to be fucking brilliant.
Or like even like what was Seth Rollins' nickname? The Blueprint or something?
Yeah.
The Architect?
Aye.
Like, can you not even have a play on that? Be like, oh, aye, Cody, Carmelo Hayes is a good guy to build your company around, but this guy that we're going to pick up next for Raw, he also knows a lot about building. It's the architect. You know, like, you can make plays on things, but we didn't get none of that shit. We just got fucking, the next pick is this guy. The next pick is this guy. I mean, we could have got robots announce this shit.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the picks, man. You've already kind of made the fid on it. I mean, it was good seeing the legends, but I mean, they didn't do anything.
Anyway, we get a match announced for tonight. Carmelo Hayes versus Cody Rhodes.
Brilliant.
Who cares? Also, we've seen Carmelo Hayes. They're making it as if Hayes and Braun Breaker are brand new picks. We've seen them wrestle over the past couple of months. So it's like, no. Mysterio and Dragon Lee defeated Angel Garza and Korea. After the match, we had Santo Escobar come out. He showed footage of Carlito attacking Dragon Lee. Then Carlito attacked him again, hit a backstabber and ran through the crowd. I mean, I don't know why Carlito's so afraid of little Rey Mysterio here.
You know what's awful about this though, right? He has to attack the two men. He can't attack Selena Vega. It's pathetic. Why can't?
And then it's almost like she's the one that chases him out the ring.
Yeah. You know? Why can't he attack the first guy, right, and then like push Selena Vega into Rey Mysterio, and then she can fall down and he can battle Rey Mysterio? Why does she gotta like? Why has he gotta awkwardly like linger around her? It's pathetic.
I was half waiting on fucking that other woman to get in to even up the odds. Anyway, alright, let's move on. We had Tiffany Stratton bragging about taking out Bayley and Naomi last week. Apparently we're getting a number one contenders match, even though we had one 2 weeks ago. But we're getting another one because, I mean, why not? We then get Braun Breaker versus Cedric Alexander. Braun Breaker wins this in about 2 minutes. So, as what it is. We then got...
Why not just release Cedric Alexander, by the way?
Yeah, and another thing that bothered me, like, in the war rooms, we had Bubba Ray, Teddy Long, and Michelle McCool representing SmackDown, but then we had JBL, Devon Dudley, and Tori Wilson representing the Raw war room. Like, why didn't you just split it up? We've got teams here that are obviously, the Dudleys are obviously a team, but you're pretending that they're in different war rooms just so they can come out together. Same with Teddy Long and JBL, right? They're obviously a duo for their time in SmackDown, but you've got them supposedly on opposite sides here because you want them to come out and announce it together. And then it's the same thing with Michelle McCool and Tori Wilson. Oh, the two women, we've got to keep them together, but to have them together when they come out, they need to be in separate war rooms. Who's believing this?
Yeah, especially with the Dudleys.
Wouldn't the Dudleys be in the same war room?
Yeah, no, they should.
But obviously they need to be in a Raw and SmackDown one so they can both come out at the same time and make an announcement. Fucking pants. Braun Breaker won, right? Round 2 of the draft results. I mean, everything. With the first pick of the second round, I mean, is that all they've got? And with the second pick of the second round, with the third, like, could you imagine The Rock coming out and having to actually announce it like this?
It just does a disservice to everybody, and that's not even like these people are great promo workers, but come on.
But why is everything so fucking scripted? Word for word. Bland. I could not think of a blander
See,
draft.
that's the thing, right? See, if this was Vince McMahon, it would be getting hated on and buried, and rightfully so. But see, because it's Triple H, it's almost like Triple H can't do anything wrong. It's pathetic. People need to call out this draft. It's fucking horrendous, man. It's actually like, here, make the worst version of the draft possible, and they went ahead and done it. It's like, there's not one redeeming quality.
But, like, see when they're announcing Randy Orton, why can't they talk up, that this next pick has had a legendary career? And he's killed a few legends while he's at it, or he's a 14-time champ. Why can't they just like add his accolades? And when they're picking Braun Breaker, why can't they talk about the potential the guy's got? I don't get it.
No, I know, but
when they're about to talk about Nia Jax, why can't they talk about all the fucking pies that she's at?
Well, I mean, that would be a good one, but you'd be there all night talking about all the different types of pies, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, here we go. Bianca Belair comes out next, cuts a shite promo, gets interrupted by the Kabuki Warriors. Jade Cargill makes a save. Who cares? I just look at Cargill and Bianca Belair and I see two big, butch, masculine women dressed like prostitutes. Hookers, but anyway, whatever. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. I'm just sick of them trying to portray Bianca Belair as a... Was she not like... Who was first draft pick last year? It was another woman.
Probably Becky Lynch or Charlotte or some shit like that.
It might have been Bianca Belair, you know.
No one believes that she's getting picked first. No one is believing that. Right, anyway, Kevin Owens...
But but before we move on, see, like, the elevate current stars, which there isn't very many of them, it's like, things like this don't help, by the way. Right? Because, see, back in 2002, see if they were actually picking, like, fucking Tori Wilson over The Rock first... That makes The Rock look awful. Like, say in 2002, it was literally, here, the best are getting picked first. Apart from Austin, who was a free agent.
No, see in the 2002 draft, I would argue, right, up until at least the halfway point, I don't think you could have picked it. I think the correct picks were made. Now, obviously, people will, disagree slightly. But I don't think there was many picks where I thought there's no way they'd be picked.
And there was also a pretty big importance on picking titles. No, it just doesn't even feel that. I mean, they're not even included. So yeah, just awful. All right, let's move on. The Kabuki Warriors come out.
No, but look at Carmelo Hayes. All right, let's try and factor in someone he would be like. This would honestly be like. The McMahon, instead of picking The Rock first, then picking Kurt Angle, the SmackDown picks tonight would have been like picking... I'm trying to think of someone who's fucking annoying in the women's division in 2002. Someone I could not stand. I'm trying to think. Who was... This is like picking Jazz as the first pick, and then Maven.
Yeah.
Is it not? It's like picking...
No issue with Jazz, but I mean...
Well, no, I was trying to think of someone black.
No, I guess that makes sense, but, I know what you mean.
And she's kind of got the body and build of...
Jacqueline.
Anyway, either way, right, this is like...
Black, white, shite, I mean, it doesn't matter.
This is like picking a woman over The Rock, this wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And then you're picking a nobody in Maven. Just like Carmelo Hayes, no offence, but he shouldn't be a first round pick. How can he be the second pick? Is that how bad the roster is?
It's the exact same, though. This was Becky Lynch, right? Before anyone goes, oh, you're saying it because she's black? No, I don't care. No. Like, it's
black,
just...
white, yellow. Fucking all the same to me. All shit.
Yo, like, we've talked about it before. 5 years ago, when Becky Lynch was being pushed, she would have been the first pick, because, you know what? That's when WWE was at a really bad stage.
No, but she genuinely did feel like the biggest star at that point. See, before Roman Reigns went on his journey of a 4-year title reign of terror, I mean, Becky Lynch did feel like the top person in the company, so therefore it made sense for her to be picked first. But Bianca Belair, look at her. I mean, what has she done? The last few months she's done nothing. She got put in a throwaway 6-person tag match at Mania. What is there to suggest that she should be the first round pick? There's nothing there.
Nada. Nothing. Anyway, I mean, the Kevin Owens and Tama Tonga
Bloodline arrive. They're not happy they haven't been picked. Paul Heyman tries to say, well, it's because Roman Reigns isn't in it anymore. You're adding new guys. They don't know what they're getting. I disagree, alright? Bloodline should be one of the first picks because you do know what you're getting. First of all, you're getting Paul Heyman, right? Everyone waxes lyrical over how good Paul Heyman is, so therefore he must be a great addition to have. Then you're getting Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. Two guys that are in the Bloodline and whatever, right? Tama Tonga's unbeaten, so let's just go with that. And they're always putting over how good Solo Sikoa is, even though he hasn't won a match. But still, you're getting those two guys. And then you've got the Bloodline, right? You've got the family that contains The Rock and Roman Reigns. Therefore, you're just going to get interaction with those two.
Yeah, makes no sense though why the Bloodline would get picked so late.
I mean,
They're the best faction by far, and they were near getting picked in the same fucking round as the Alpha Academy.
It'd be like, I mean, you would pick like Shane and Steph because you're assuming you're going to get Triple H and McMahon as well.
Yeah, no, but no. My problem is, see back in the day, like, see the first round of the draft, like, if they portrayed it this way, like in 2002 and shit, you knew you were getting like the big names first. See now, it's like you knew they were going to just like pander and pick like Bianca Belair for someone like that.
And then they need to, we need to put in a faction as well and a tag team to show that we're all about equality.
Oh, it's so shit. Anyway, Randy Orton returns.
Randy Orton,
a couple of weeks.
Saved Kevin Owens. Who cares? Up next, Dudley Boys come out, and I will say this: that at least Bubba Ray did. He wasn't really using words because I think everybody had to quote from the fucking the notepads 100% officially, but at least Bubba Ray, he was doing like hand movements and stuff. He was doing the one for the Bloodline. He was doing the Sheamus beat on the chest. You know, he was trying to put over the people in some form of fashion.
Yeah, and they put their wee glasses on as well.
So they had the wee gimmick there, but it wasn't great.
We had LA Knight, Ricochet, the Bloodline, and Sheamus. That's your third round.
Ricochet getting selected over the Bloodline. So Raw could have had the Bloodline, but they chose Ricochet. Thoughts on that?
Yep, and I think just before that was when Adam Pearce was raging about SmackDown picking LA Knight. So he could have picked the Bloodline, but instead picks Ricochet. Yo, it's not only right with the Bloodline being better than Ricochet, you're getting a
Free
fucking
people.
faction.
3 for the price of 1. How can Adam Pearce be annoyed about losing the LA Knight when he's going to pick Ricochet though? As his 5th pick?
No. Oh, come on. Makes no sense, man. There's just no logic. I just seen you watch like TV shows and to be entertained. You need logic in it, man. There's no logic there. And again, Tiffany Stratton against Naomi.
Yo, this would be like fucking Gus and Mike drafting their future cooks, right? They're picking a cooking team, and Gus picks Skinny Pete over Walter.
Yeah.
You know, but like, come on.
And then he's raging that they've picked fucking Badger.
You know,
like the other rival gangs picked Badger.
You know,
when Walter's there to be picked,
and then he doesn't follow up by not picking Walter. It's like, you know, come on, what are you doing? Jesus Christ! Or I mean, you could use a Sons of Anarchy reference, but you get the point.
Nah, we could go on all day here.
Nah, we could. I'd rather get this ended as quickly as possible. Right, no contest. Even though we already had a number 1 contenders match, we got another one here. We're getting a triple threat at the pay-per-view. Big whoop. Right, round 4 of the... I mean, I think there was something to do with Karrion Kross, but who cares? Round 4, AJ Styles to SmackDown. Raw get the Alpha Academy. SmackDown gets Andrade. Raw gets Kiana James, so that was the only fresh pick here. Also, the commentary team kept having to say SmackDown and Raw drafted. And then they had to correct themselves, go, oh, no, not drafted, they kept. I mean, pretty much every pick here was almost someone being kept.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go through the entire thing, but there wasn't many people switching brands.
Right, see when this makes it worse though, right? See when you're having like four like see you're having 4 rounds and 4 people getting picked in each round, right? That's like 16 people. They might have did 5 rounds. I can't even remember, right? But if you're having matches, at least that means you limit the amount of people that get picked, and therefore it can automatically just means every pick is a change.
I know, but
but you had 16 picked the night, right? And I think 13 stayed the same. 1 came up for NXT and 2 switched. That is horrendous.
Yeah, but let's go back to the 2002 draft, right? Vince McMahon and Ric Flair. Do you remember, like, they'd come out and they'd be like, I am picking this guy, but hey, it's not your turn. Remember, he had all that good shit?
Yeah.
And McMahon's like, right, well, I'm going to pick him, and then I'll give you 2 picks. And Ric Flair, it's not your turn. And then, like, when they were angry and they were picking, they would have times where they'd make multiple picks while out in the same segment. But look at this, it's so choreographed. Oh, there's going to be 4 rounds. There will be 2 picks made for each brand every round, and we'll have them in little schedules. There's just nothing interesting here, nothing.
No,
I thought that was great when McMahon forgot whose pick it was next.
Aye.
And he came out, I'm going to pick that, and then Ric Flair steals his pick. That was great.
It's almost like, though, that Triple H sat backstage with his writers and went, let's come up with the most blandest, boring fucking draft imaginable.
I want somebody in the comments to try and defend this and say it was an interesting draft, entertaining draft.
Say what you want about AEW and how it's a mess. Give me what they did at the end of Dynamite every day of the week over this, because at least it was controversial and funny.
No, but see, when you say it, sometimes you say, "Oh, I could do a better job," and maybe you couldn't, but you just think that you could. I 100% could do a way better draft than this.
Yeah, I think Eugene could do a better draft than this.
I'd fucking rather see Eugene be drafted.
Yep.
16 times. I'd have rather 16 Eugenes tonight.
16 Eugenes.
Down. Anyway, Kiana gets drafted and they show a little package here. Again,
Old Shawn Michaels gives her a hug.
She was the last draft pick here, so I mean, really. And then we get Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes. Cody Rhodes beats Carmelo Hayes, and that's it. The show ends. Match was alright, but who cares?
There was a bit where they both went for a mover and didn't hit it. I don't know if it's a botch or they went for it. I don't know, but again, you've got Nick Aldis saying just before this, by the way, like, oh, he's happy with his selections. It's like, everything in WWE is so stagnant. Like, yeah, Mania, a lot of title changes, but it's like, see with the draft, it's a good opportunity to actually switch up the rosters, even though they kind of got the windy after a week anyway. But yeah, it's just a ratings ploy. I mean, they try and hype up a draft over 2 nights. See, back in the day, you only got it over 1. How great would it have been if you got it over 2 back in the day? But it's like they promise it over 2, right? And you get nothing.
They promise it over 2, and yet both draft nights will be the exact same shitty formula.
See, like 10, 12, 15 years ago, I remember every year the draft was one of my favourite shows of the year.
Aye.
See, now I think it's one of the worst. Well, it is.
Yeah, it's garbage television. It's fucking awful.
So, I'm actually going to give this a 0 out of 10. I can't defend it.
Nah, there was nothing good. That was shit.
I can't defend it.
I thought Dynamite was better.
Yep.
People will... I mean, I would rather see Tony Khan making a fucking fool of himself than this garbage that WWE gave us tonight.
This show would... I guarantee the rating would be really bad for this show, man. Like, say you've tuned in for the draft picks and like, you just see the same people staying on the same shows with these generic placards being read out. Fuck off, man. How's that going to maintain a rating?
Yeah.
And then Cody Rhodes is just awful. His promo's so fucking boring with AJ Styles.
I know, it wasn't great. Anyway, guys, look, 0 out of 10. SmackDown was shite tonight. What we will do is, though, we will dissect the draft. We're going to have a look at, because there was also an after-show draft as well. So we're going to look at exactly who went where, even though there wasn't that many changes. But we'll break it down and we'll give our opinion on which show came out better on night 1. But I mean, really, there's not that much to look at. There was barely any changes. Like you said, 16 picks, 13 of them remain on the same show that they were on when the draft started. There was 2 changes, and there was a call-up for NXT.
You know, it's funny, right? Kiana James could have debuted on Monday, right? Braun Breaker could have just appeared on Monday, and Nia Jax could have just attacked them in that #1 contendership, and you could have just scrapped the draft. Didn't even need to happen. You could have just had normal shows.
They pretty much followed the same formula as last year, because I'm pretty sure last year the last pick was Indy Hartwell getting called up from NXT. And that's like the surprise, Ollie. That's an NXT person last.
It's just not good. No, I've nothing against Kiana James and Indy Hartwell, but they are nothing. They will amount to nothing.
Yeah, Kiana James, I think, had a pretty decent character in NXT, but I guarantee you, 2 months into her WWE Raw reign, that character will be flushed out, and she'll be someone that eats pinfalls like Chelsea Green.
Yep. That's reality, folks. 0 out of 10, awful. And Raw being 3 hours will be even worse.
No, but why not? Why not give someone like Kiana James a shock title win instead of Becky Lynch, instead of the same shite that we already know? Why not try something different?
Why not?
Anyway, guys, that's it.
They don't do shocks anymore, though. It's almost like, oh, this person's had to work in the
I'm going
to get a shot.
I'm going to disagree. They did a shock a month ago when they had that Raw with The Rock and Punk and shit, because that was actually good, and that's the biggest shock I think I've had in years. The fact that there was actually a good Raw.
No, true.
I mean, that's the only shock you get in WWE now, when there's something actually good, because you're just so used to it being shit.
Also, CM Punk was backstage. Where is he?
Didn't use him. Now, here, at least, to be honest, I'm glad that they just didn't have him come out and do the same generic thing, because for me, that would have ruined him.
Yep.
Maybe that's why they didn't use him. Maybe Punk's actually...
Then, right, you're saying maybe that's why they didn't use him, but then they know what they're doing shit, and it's like, why are you not changing it?
Well, maybe Punk knows what they're doing shit, and he went, nah, you know what, I don't want to do that.
Well, I just don't get it. Don't get it, guys. Till next time. That's it. 0 out of 10. Awful. Draft me to another fucking country.
Channel.
Decade.
Well, I want to leave Fog Wrestling, buddy. Till next time. Peace.